Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I just got out of my dentist appointment that I completely forgot I had this morning, but thank goodness I made it to that. And I have my laptop with me, so I'm gonna head over to a cafe to upload a video and most importantly, get some writing done. I went to bed at 8:30 last night. I was so wiped out. But like I mentioned in my last vlog, which I'm going to be uploading today, I have quite a few days off this week, a pretty light work schedule, and it is the last week basically of NaNoWriMo, so it is a crucial moment for me to get my words in. And granted, in case you have not been keeping up with my NaNoWriMo vlogs, I'm not as concerned with actually hitting 50,000 words as I am with drafting out, completing my draft of my newly revised Act 2. And I am in the last quarter. Like I am getting so close to finally finishing it up, which I'm super excited about. This next chapter that I'm going to be working on is probably one that I'm going to have to deviate off of more than any of my other outline chapters. So with this Act 2, for the first time ever with this book, I have an extremely detailed Act 2 outline. And this chapter is probably one of the most detailed outlines because it's very dialogue heavy, and I have written out the vast majority of the dialogue. So you would think that it would be a really chapter to write. However, after talking with a friend, I'm going to be deviating away from a lot of that chapter because the end of that conversation was too much in my main character's favor. Like, he got what he wanted out of it way too quickly. After discussing it with my friend, it would be more satisfying to the reader if that struggle from not getting what he wanted continued through the rest of Act 2 through Act 3, and it would just create more drama and conflict and like interesting situations. However, I'm gonna have to be writing a little bit more off the cuff, do a little bit more pantsing to get that figured out, but it is a very dialogue heavy chapter, which makes it really fun and easy. I love writing dialogue. I'm also going to be trying some new tricks that another one of my friends who's participating in NaNoWriMo this year, what she's been using to help her hit word count, which involves writing in Comic Sans and zooming the page up super far, stuff like that too, because she says that it helps her just write more and write faster. So I'm going to be trying some of that and seeing if that helps me get through this chapter any faster. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be up to. I have to do some shopping afterwards, including going to Barnes & Noble. So it is a very full, exciting day, and I will take you guys with me. Hey guys, I am finally back home. It's only 3:30 though, which is crazy because I've literally been all over the place, including to Barnes & Noble. Not that I got anything for me, but I thought that we'd share my little book haul of sorts. And they're all gifts for other people, but my younger brother is graduating from college this week actually, which is crazy. And he's graduating with a poli-sci degree. I decided to get him Atomic Habits by James Clear and Perfect Phrases for Resumes. But Atomic Habits, I have not read, but I have heard so much about on the YouTube side of things, especially in the like hyper productivity community and booktube. And I have a friend who listened to the audiobook of it, and she said it was really, really good, and she actually gained a lot of insight from it. It says on the back, packed with evidence-based self-improvement strategies, Atomic Habits will teach you how to design habits that work for you rather than against you. And the front says, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So I figured this would be really good for a young adult breaking out into the world, like truly being on his own for a first time. So I hope that he A, actually reads it, and B, gleams something useful from it. And then I have another friend who is a big book nerd. He literally, for his birthday, ordered the Stormlight Archives, the 4th book that came out recently. He has like the Patreon leather-bound edition and has been reading that. And so I know for a fact he has not read this series or started this series. So I decided to get him Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass, which, as you guys know, is a series that is close to my heart. It is probably one of my favorite series of all time, other than the First Law trilogy, especially for someone who's such an avid reader. I'm just like really excited to give this to him. And as for what I'm reading right now, since I finished House of Leaves, I decided I needed to dip my toe into YA, and so I am reading Bone Crier's Moon, which I cannot remember if I talked about on this channel when I purchased it, because I got this back in like June, but I'm so excited to read it. I think it has such a stunning cover, an absolutely stunning cover. That's one of my favorite things about YA, the YA genre, especially the YA fantasy genre, is they just go all out on their covers in a way that I think is brilliant. The whole vibe of it is that there's these kind of like witchy babes who are like gorgeous, but they wear the skulls of different animals that they've killed, and they kind of get the like essence of that animal, like in the sense that they get to be super fast or super strong or have better eyesight. And when they turn like 16, 17, 18, they, I guess, lure in men, specifically those that are destined to be their true loves, and then have to kill those men for whatever reason to save the world. I haven't figured out yet why exactly they have to do that, but it seems to be like to save everyone as a whole. Like this is like the most major sacrifice that they could make, and that will somehow save the world. But anyway, his dad died because of one of those witches, so now he wants to kill them and she wants to kill him. So you kind of get the vibe of where this book is going, which is why I'm so excited to read it. I am like a little under 50 pages into the book, and I really like it thus far, so I hope that momentum keeps up, because yeah, I'm really excited to just fly through a few YA fantasies for the next month or two. So I think some friends of mine are coming over later, so I have a few hours until they arrive, and between hitting word count, I only need another like 500 words to hit word count. I finished out the chapter I was working on, by the way. I can't believe I haven't mentioned it thus far, but the dialogue heavy chapter, which is shorter than what was in my outline, because the conversation ended up being shorter, because before in the outline it was this like really long drawn out kind of give and take, because eventually the main character has to convince his father to kind of like get what he wants, but since he's not getting what he wants anymore, you know, there's not as much as a give it or take. It's just a like, I want this, no. Okay, but this is why I should have it, no. You know, it's a much shorter conversation. Even though I had to pants out most of it, it was pretty easy and fun, and I believe I only have 3 or 4 more chapters left. I have to look at my outline, and I might have to add in a chapter that's like technically a part of Act 2. Anyway, I'm getting towards the end, so I definitely want to finish out and actually hit word count today, which I'm aiming for 2K, and I need about, like I said, 500 or 600 more words. But what I also want to do today, if y'all have been with me for a while and have seen my NaNoWriMo last year, I think it was exactly around this time, I'll have to double check, but when I got the urge to cut my bangs myself, which is like, you know, it was a look, it was all right. I've obviously not been wearing them as straight across bangs and have been growing them out, but I now got the urge to do another thing to my hair, bleach the front ends of them, specifically like Rouge from X-Men, if any of you remember that. Oh, my tea's going off. Anyway, I love Rogue. I've wanted to look like that since I was literally 7 years old. Now it is kind of trendy. I'm like, you know what? I can do it and not look insane. So I think that's what I'm going to do tonight before my friends come over. So I will probably check in with you guys with crazy hair tomorrow. All right, guys. What do we think? So this is me, my friend, and my little brother, who is so cute, for Halloween, and I am dressed like Rogue from X-Men Evolution, and you can barely see it because the lighting was terrible, but I have painted white strips in the front of my hair because I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I have to head out right now for work, but I did get some writing done beforehand. I have a 10 a.m. shift today, and I got a little under 600 words in, but I left on like a good, exciting note, like one that I'm still thinking about, and that will be really easy for me to come back to. So I think today's gonna be a really successful writing session. Oh, and I didn't even mention, last night I finished out the night well over 2K words. So last night was good. I think today is gonna be really good. I'm just really excited to hopefully finish out my Act 2 this week, roughly. Hey everyone, so it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I'm going into work, but only from noon to 3, so it's a nice short shift, and I'm going to be able to do a little bit of writing beforehand, but I had errands and chores to take care of this morning, so I wasn't able to get a ton done in that regard. Oh, and last night, I didn't even update you guys because I got a little sidetracked. I think I did about 1,000 words, but then my friend and I ended up watching a movie, The Departed, by the way, with Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio, which is really, really good, but I really need a good writing day today because while I will try to do some writing tomorrow, it is Thanksgiving. I am going to be spending all day with my family, and I would really like to do a 24-hour reading vlog with Bone Crier's Moon. To make that work though, I need a really good word count today to justify it, and I can do a little bit before work, but I think I'm gonna break my no caffeine after 12 o'clock rule. I've already had like 4 cups of coffee, but I think I'm gonna go pretty hard today with the caffeine intake, and then hopefully just right all tonight. So I'm going to keep up with you guys. Like, this is, you know, partially to let you know what's going on, but also partially to like keep some accountability for myself because I know I cannot count on Thursday, and honestly I can't even really count on Friday because that's when I'm going to be having Thanksgiving at my place with my friends, and I still work that day too. I need to plan ahead, and I need to prepare, and I still need to edit this vlog and get it up and rolling. I will check back in with you guys later, hopefully tapping away. Hey guys, so I'm actually in the middle of writing, so I don't want to do a super long clip, but I need to mention to you that my mom came down to the coffee shop that I work at because she's never been there before. She offered to basically babysit Yukon for the night because she doesn't want me working or like doing writing stuff on Thanksgiving. She specifically took Yukon so I could have time to write tonight. And once I got home, and I'm like hyped out of my mind, I did some cleaning, and I'm just continuing with my draft. Oh, so a tip that my friend gave me, a hot writing tip for NaNoWriMo that I've actually been implementing and I kind of like, is zooming in on my Word document to like a ridiculous percentage. It's at like 200%, so it's like super big, and because of that you move down the page fairly quickly. It just makes it feel like you're writing a lot, and because the previous lines also disappear really easily, there's just nothing to catch your eye, to trip you up, to make you want to go back and edit. I don't know, I like it. It's a hot tip. Let me know if you have any more weird, interesting NaNoWriMo tips down in the comments below. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So I'm heading over to my mom's place right now and realized I needed to do an ending clip. So last night, while I was writing, my friends came over and insisted on making burritos for us and playing the board game Call to Adventure. And I can't deny my friends if they wanna play some board games and make me food. However, once they left, I continued writing until like 1:30 in the morning. I have like 2.5 chapters left for the rest of my act 2. And I think I stated in previous clips that I had only like 3 or 4 chapters left, but it turns out there was a scene that I kind of condensed into 1 chapter, like in my head. But according to my outline, it actually takes 3 pretty long chapters to fulfill the scene because there's kind of a lot of like technical and physical setup for it to be executed properly and somewhat realistically. But it's a really exciting scene. It's very, very fun. I was just having a blast and I like had to tap out at one point because I realized I started writing nonsense because I was getting so tired. I probably won't be able to get any writing done today except maybe tonight after my family goes to bed. But this is going to be the end of this current vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. There will probably be only one more vlog left after this, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.